Hi everybody, it's Amy at Crafty Cat, and I am back for the last hashtag 50 stack challenge 7. So this is a 25-week prompt assignment challenge. Each week I draw 2 prompts out of the bag. There's only 2 left in here. And then the idea is to make 1 piece of ephemera for each of the prompts. So for example, last week we were on 47. I drew botanical and I painted this little... It could be a tuck, it could be a tag, it could be, you know, whatever you want. But I just did a little ink and pen drawing and added a few pieces for collage. And then, yeah, that's as easy as that, botanical. So 48 was napkin, and I used a paper towel in the background here. So that was what I decided to use for napkin on my bingo card. So today we can draw out the last 2. So we're on 49 is red. So you can use anything red. And then 50 is wrapping paper. So whatever kind of wrapping paper you could use, you know, like a birthday type, or you can use just plain craft wrapping paper if you want to do that. So see, all the prompts are gone. So what I would like you guys to do, if you want to participate, is this is the last one of this 50 stack challenge, but I'll do a 50 stack challenge 8. And I would like for you guys to put 1 prompt in the description box, or not the description box, oh my goodness, in the comments below. So when you comment, just put, you know, I want my prompt to be wrapping paper, whatever. And then what I'll do is I'll write them all down, but I'm only going to do it from that video, from today's video, because some of you gave me one last week. Make sure you put it in this week's video as well, because I'll never remember and I'll never find them all again. So just put it in this video. That way I can refer to it as many times as I need to get them all written down to do the next 50 stack challenge. And I haven't decided exactly when I'm going to start yet. It'll probably be fairly soon once I get all the prompts down and figure out, you know, what I'm going to do. But anyway, so that was Carol Law's input into the 50 stack challenge, and it's a great idea. So that's what I'm going to do. Yeah, so in this video, in the comments, just put down 1 prompt. And I would like it if they were, you know, like they can be 2 words, wrapping paper, that kind of thing. But let's not make like big old long sentences for a prompt. Just, you know, red, that kind of short. So just to make it easier, because I just do these little pieces of paper and I don't want, you know, whole soliloquies on there. So anyways, I will get some things together and I will come right back. Okay, I am back. So the first one we're going to do is red. And what I have for red is this, and it's not red, but we're going to use this as our base. And this is an old, like envelope. You can see it's very ratty and falling apart. So I did cut it to open it up. It was attached down on this side. This side was already open and this side was open. So I'm going to attach it to this packing paper and then cut around, just because I want to keep all those little bits. And I'm afraid if I were to just put it in a journal, it would just continue to disintegrate. So I want to kind of stop that from happening. So I need some glue. So how are you guys doing? Hope you're doing well. I'm doing well. Just getting stuff done today. Whoa, as always. Try not to destroy this before I get it glued to the paper. It's very fragile. This was given to me by Karen. Thank you, Karen. And all the old paper goodies that she gave me, which I really, really appreciate, because I do not find them a whole lot when I go looking for them. So it's very kind of her to do that. Oh my gosh. See, I'm going to end up destroying it before I get it on there. But yeah, really cool stuff that she had from her grandfather. And by doing that, I'm giving it a second life, which I think is cool. I know some people don't like it when we use things, but I mean, you can see this is just going to continue to disintegrate. It's not going to be around for much longer. So I think it's better to do something with it. And hopefully the people that had it before wouldn't mind. Get this. I mean, a lot of the times this kind of thing goes in the garbage can, so I think it's cool that she called me and or messaged me and asked if I wanted it. Because I do understand if you know, don't have a specific use for a lot of these things, what do you do with them? That is the question of the hour, right? And we're going to end up losing some bits, I can see, like that one up there. I might be able to glue it right there, maybe. Don't know if it'll stay there forevermore, but that'll at least hopefully keep it together. And a lot of it is going to get covered, but I'm thinking it might even be kind of a fun one to just pop into a pocket if you don't want to glue it down, because it's so cool. So I think I'm going to tear around it like I've done with some other pieces, just because I think that works best rather than trying to cut it and leave really straight lines. Come up this side, it's hard to tear it. So what do you guys got going on? Anything exciting? I hope you had a lovely Valentine's Day with whoever you love. I am making this video on, what is today? Wednesday. Somehow I'm ahead, and I'm okay with that. But if I have ideas, I usually do better for my week. I can get a couple of videos done a day. When I don't have ideas is when I usually have bad weeks. But I am ahead, so that is good. And that's why I didn't say like Happy Valentine's Day or anything when I did the cute little Valentine's collage, because I just wasn't really thinking about Valentine's, even though I was doing a Valentine's collage. But I hope you all had a lovely Valentine's Day. We're not going to do much for Valentine's Day because we're going out to sushi for my daughter's birthday, which is just a few days later. So, yeah, we don't need to be doing multiples. And I don't really love to go out on Valentine's Day anyway because it's too crazy everywhere. I'm fine with it. I'd rather have peace in my brain than go out to dinner, so. All right, so I like that. I'm going to ink it a little bit. But this is kind of how I save these old, really falling apart bits, because they're just going to continue to just fall off. And the packing paper is thin enough that it's not adding a ton of bulk to whatever you're making. Just help hold it together a little bit better. May not still, of course, last forever because it is paper, but probably best to wait and let that dry. But since it's not on the side, you're going to see it. I'm just going to flatten it out here and then fold it over. If you were going to see this fold, I probably would wait till it dried, because you do get often a weird fold when you don't let the glue dry. Oh, that didn't do too bad. All right, and you can see it kind of wants to split right there, but hopefully with the glue, and it's not going to be opening and closing, so I think it will be fine. I'm not going to glue it yet because I want to add all the things I want on it first, and then I will do that. Take just a little bit more of this off. This is some of the letter that Karen also gave me. They were just such cool things. I've just been using them, so thank you. I really appreciate it. I need to say hugs and blessings. Hugs and blessings to Lori, Roseanne, Catherine, Sharon, Nancy, and Sherry. I have multiple Sherrys, so love all of you. And hello and hugs and blessings. Because it's always hard to differentiate between everyone. I don't want to be using last names and whatnot, and a lot of them I don't know, so put this here, but I still want to see some of the color a little bit there. Just layers. I like that layered look. Okay, and then the red is going to come in on these pieces that I add. This is Tim Holtz collage strip, and I got mine at Hobby Lobby. I know you can get them on Amazon. I don't know where else. I think there's a, I can't remember what that one site is that sells like all the Tim Holtz stuff. I'm drawing a blank on that one, but I'm sure if you know, if you just go on the internet and search Tim Holtz, I'm sure, you know, places will come up where you can get it. I think you can get some stuff on Etsy, although I know Etsy doesn't like for people to sell this type of thing on Etsy, but I know there are places that do, so. Because I tried and they wouldn't let me, so. But the people who have been doing it for longer, like got grandfathered in or whatever you want to call it. And this is one of the Tim Holtz photo booths. I've just cut a lot of it off. And we're going to ding it up good here and get it looking kind of grungy. That's going to go up there. Yeah, I think that'll work pretty good. I like it much better now that it's distressed, of course. But if you like it, you know, the cleaner look, then, you know, you just don't distress it. Do it the way you like. So yeah, again, I want to stress, if you want to have your prompt in the next 50 stack challenge, go ahead and put that in the description, or not, I keep saying description box, in the comments below. So where you write your comments, just say my prompt is, or whatever, you know, and put that down. And like I said, I know I'm repeating, but just like a one word, couple word type prompt, not like a big old long thing, because you guys know, if you've been watching, you know, like this prompt is red, period, that's all. So that type of a prompt is what I'm looking for. It just makes it easier to do the little slips that go in the bag if it's a shorter. I peeled the back off of this one too, made it a little thinner. I like it better. That did say home until I accidentally ripped the E off. Yeah, I'm good at that kind of thing. And then I have this little express I might put over here and kind of have it hang over. And I also have this B, as in the letter B, that I think I'm going to put right here for no other reason than it was red. These are stickers I have that I never use. Typography type stickers. And this needs to be But I thank you guys for joining me. I mean, my goodness, we're going to be on the 8th one of these. I didn't know if anybody would even be interested. And, yeah, I don't know how many more I'll do after this one, but, you know, the 8th one coming up. But, yeah, we'll see how it goes. I had something I wanted down there, but maybe I didn't. Okay, I do like, because I can see the, I know I covered a lot of it, but then we're going to glue it on the two sides because that's where it's not attached, and keep this as our tuck. And I like how there's a big opening right there. So I need to refill my glue. It's getting low. And I know these kind of things can be hard to find, but you could do this with just the brown packing paper. Like glue a couple layers together and just kind of tear something out like the shape of this, and it would work nicely too. Then I'm going to make a journaling card, a very simple one to go inside, because I found this, which is also Tim Holtz. Go through all and see what red stuff I have, but I think that'll work pretty good. I'm not going to change it a ton because I like it. I am going to back it though. Let's see. Let's see if I can find something I like to back it with. I'm just going to use this. Need a new glue page. I'll get some of that on it because I like that. Doesn't really matter, but I think I like this side. I know, I just flipped it upside down and right side up, right upside down. It's okay. It's fine. You gotta get it the way you like it. Now, if you're doing this challenge, and this is information for next time since this is the last one of these, and you see red, you don't have to use lots of red. Like I'm using quite a bit. You could use one thing that's red, and that is fine. So don't feel like, oh, well, I don't have a whole bunch of red things. Just, you know, like one thing. You could even draw a little doodle in red if you don't have a lot of items to choose from. Because really all it's about is getting ephemera so that you can put journals together. That's really the name of the game. You can choose how you want to go about that. But like one year, Nancy Piter did collage. Oh, that was the last 50 stack challenge. She did collage for each one. That was great. It doesn't matter to me. And then I'm going to just put a little butterfly right here. Oops. And a piece of just book page, numbers on it, and this stamp. And this one's still got the paper on the back. Take some of it off if I can. Yeah, but it's cute. Cute little stamp. And I've been gifted a lot of stamps, so thank you to everybody who's done that. Appreciate it. I'll just do something like that. Oh, I wanted to show you that little piece of tape right there, faux tape looking part. I made some more faux tape, and this is deli paper, because I get asked that question a lot. Deli paper. I just put down pieces of clear Scotch tape, whatever kind of clear, you know, roll tape you have. I also put down packing paper, which you can probably see. The packing paper would not accept this is alcohol ink. It's the Tim Holtz. Let me find it. Hold on. I use the caramel color. If I can find it again. This one, alcohol ink. That's what I did these with. I just put drops on each one, took a paintbrush and went over them. And then put another drop because I like to have a darker spot and a lighter spot and that kind of thing. Some variation. And they worked perfect. These ones, I did the same thing, put the drops, tried to spread it. It just would not take to it. So that's very interesting that the packing tape, for some reason, even though they're all shiny, is different than the Scotch tape. Then the other thing I did is took my Payne's Gray, this acrylic ink, and I painted it. Took it great on there first time. The bigger packing tape, I tried it multiple times and eventually it kind of would take. You can see this one turned out the best as far as coverage. But if you add another drop, it just all goes away. It like takes away what was there. So these ones I like on the Scotch tape. So I don't know, packing tape for whatever reason is not easy to do that with. But the thing is you can use this acrylic paint. Or ink, not paint, ink. Or the alcohol ink always works well, except on the packing tape. So I thought that was very interesting. And thought I would share with you guys. I don't know why. It must just be even, you know, slicker, just enough more slippery that it just won't grab onto it. So anyway. Little FYI. So I'll put some kind of tab on there. But that's what I have for red. I think it turned out pretty cute. Definitely has red. Alright, so then we have wrapping paper. What I have chosen for wrapping paper, and this isn't the only wrapping paper. I am using this piece of craft, the rolls of, it's painter's masking paper, but I use it for wrapping paper when I wrap presents because I like the simplicity of it, and I like to add other things to it. And then I have one of these. This is going to be loud, so I apologize. I'll only do it twice. It's a eyelet setter that I have. I'll find my little, just to poke hole. I'm going to have to do it again. I'm sorry. Usually it pokes real easy. And then at the other end of this line, you can probably see that pencil line. I just drew it ahead of time. And then I'll cut from there to there, and that'll make a pocket. This is pretty thick paper. You can probably tell by when I push on it. And sorry, because the sound is annoying. But we're just going to go across there, cut that. If I can see with my light on here. Sometimes I get the worst glare, and other times that's great because you can, you know, see what you're working on. So it's just going to give you a nice pocket. So then we're going to fold this up and glue it, but I'm not going to do it yet because I want to first erase that part. And then I'm going to collage on here first. Because I might have to do some other cutting that okay, so this piece of paper started at 9, almost 9.5 by 6.5, 9.5 by 6.5. I folded it in half. I will leave this bottom part open and I'll glue the top, so it's almost going to be kind of like a library type pocket. This is just to decorate, and then you'll have a pocket down there on the bottom. So, and I just came up, how far did I come up? From the bottom, I came up 3 inches. So 3 inches is where I figured out where I wanted my line. And of course you don't want to cut it all the way across because that will be silly. Don't do that. Don't be silly. Okay, and then I just have all kinds of stuff. I don't know exactly how I want to do this. This is also wrapping paper. With the kind of hound's tooth on there. So I have this cool image of this lady, and I kind of want her up at the top here somehow. This is why I wanted this open, because then I can cut it however I want it. I think something like that. And then I'm going to do some kind of tag. So yes, she probably will get covered whenever, you know, the tag's in there, but that's okay. This is from Collage Soup. It's out of a little bit of this and that. And this is my favorite one of her books as far as images, and also they're smaller. Her other books are large and the images are too big. I can't like find a way to figure out a way to use them very well because they're too big. But a lot of them in that particular one are small enough to use now and again for whatever. I could make this the tag. Maybe that's what I want to do. Because then you'll be able to see her better. Should fit. I'll have to cut a lot off is the only problem, I think, if I make her the tag. Sorry, I didn't totally think this one through all the way. Let's see what else I have that I could use. I could put some of this up here. This is a little shinier than I would like it to be. So we might put a little bit of sewing tissue or cicada wing paper over it. Still need a little bit off of there. That's the only problem with wrapping paper. I'm kind of surprised I chose to put wrapping paper in there because that one is not my favorite. Mostly because it's shiny. This kind of thing I like, but I use that a lot, that kind of paper, so. The shiny, not my favorite. But you can really make anything out of wrapping paper that you make out of other paper. You might have to back it or something like that because a lot of times it's so thin. But you can definitely use it to, you know, decorate with, that's for sure. Now where it's going into the fold there, I will just trim it off. Maybe. This curly paper is interesting. Another problem with the wrapping paper. All right. And I think I might put a little bit of this right over the top of that. I don't know. Those are matte. Those colorful pages. Have to be very patient when you tear it. Don't only pull it straight down and you'll still probably have a problem, but super persnickety. Let me just tear this one. I know, I'm sorry. It's like watching paint dry. I try to usually have a lot of this stuff done, but I wasn't exactly sure how I wanted to do this one entirely, so we're just winging it and seeing what we get. I'm using glue stick. To me, that's the easiest with this kind of paper, tissue paper. It would definitely be easier if it was glued together. Come on, you little stinker. One corner had to fold over. Now we can decide what in the world we want on here, what else we want on here. I do want I think I want this Queen of Hearts right here. And of course you can see these are Tim Holtz collage strips. But you can use, of course, bits and pieces of whatever kind of paper you like or whatever. And these are just pieces of that same paper from Collage Soup. I just like cut and did stuff too. Tore out, whatever. This one feels like it, because it's got this flat edge, I feel like it needs to be over here. And this one needs to be roughed up a little bit. And I think I need some kind of plain, more plain paper. Just to give me a background of some kind. Oh, I did it too tall. I'm going to come all the way over to this pink line because I like that. I will save these extra pieces because I'll use them for something along the way. So that's just going to kind of be my background. I know a lot of it's going to get covered. But that's the way it goes. If you want to have that layered look, you just got to let it go. Gonna rub off all the writing. At that rate, there's kitty cats on the back of that. It's kind of sad, but I liked this side for this. It's the only problem with those. It's trying to decide which part to use. And I guess you can make photocopies, but I like the originals better. Like so many things we use. I want that to come like that. I got my collage soup on Amazon. So you can find her there. She also has her own site, but it's kind of easier just to go on there. Or you can search up collage soup on the internet too. That works. I'm going to do that. Got all kinds of things to collage with. But like I said, for junk journals, it's a little bit hard because the big books are big. But you could use some of the pages as pages for journals. So I don't know. It's your choice. But she has very cool things. We're going to have to take some of this off. Even though I like that part, but I want to use that image to make the tag. That'll go in there. I think this is good enough. Oh, this flip page is pretty much glued, which is good. I'm just going to cut it down a little bit so it can fit into that pocket. Clean it up. Oh, little bit more. Yeah, that'll work. Cut just a little bit more. Could use a piece of the wrapping paper. Sorry, had to go across the room. I'm just rough cutting it. It's hard to tear. It wants to just do whatever in the world when you tear it. Go every direction but the direction you want it to go, I guess I should say. Yeah, now I think I know why I don't use it. It's like using magazine pages. It's coming back to me. Let's see, what else do we want to put with that? I could put, I'm going to put her, I think I'll put her this direction more. That's that little edge I tore off. I just put it across like that. So ink this. And I think I'm going to do the same thing with the tissue paper over the top. I do not know where this will get used, but you know, it's funny, I think that, and then something comes along and it's like, oh yeah, that would work in that journal or whatever. A lot of times I have a plan for them before, you know, or while I'm making them kind of thing. But this one, I don't know. I just got looking through that collage soup book and was like, ooh, I like that. And something to go with this houndstooth was really what I was thinking. Probably sand it, and that would also work. I'm just going to put it on, and then I will cut it. It's annoying to try to tear that. Sure, you know if you've tried. And wrinkle it a little. I might do that a little. And I'll back this. And if these books say anything inappropriate, I apologize. I didn't write the books. Because that happens. Most of my glue books I get at Dollar Tree, so every so often get a raunchy one. That's why I use them for glue books, not for reading. Okay, and then this little strip I like. I just like it. Maybe we'll go all the way down to the bottom because that's sort of, I want to see some of the houndstooth, you know. And then maybe we can find a saying or something. Ooh, I'm at 43 minutes. I'm hogging up all your day today. Okay. I have the... I could put one of those on there. These are going to be in my Etsy shop. They may be by the time you see this video. I just got to get them listed. And sometimes I procrastinate about that, and I don't know why. I think it's just because it's kind of a pain sometimes. I think I want Not All Who Wander Are Lost. I don't know why. I just like this bigger print on these ones. I don't even remember where I got these ones. It's like it came with something. Not that she's really wandering, but you know. I do want it kind of cattywampus. I can trim that one off and trim the bottom off. But anyways, these will be in 3 variations, and they'll be different plants too, not just this one. But anyway, 3 variations of green. And I've been meaning to do these for a while. In fact, Mitzie mentioned it, and Christmas came and all that, and I did the white ones for the snow picks, the winter picks, and I just never got this far. But I figured for spring, people might want green ones, so I started working on it. I just haven't had time to get it completed. And this is a green. It looks like a little bit of a tan on here, but it's a very light green. So it'll be 3 shades of green. Okay. Like that. I'm just going to kind of touch that up a little bit with some ink, just barely. And then we can glue our pocket closed. So I'm going to glue this whole upper part closed entirely. And then here I'll just go across the side and bottom. I need to do this on the glue book. gotta get the edges. And do this. I mean, you don't really have to glue that upper part entirely like that. I want it to be stable and all that, since it's just this wrapping paper. And I need to make sure, because I saw a little glue. I just don't want this part to be glued closed. There we go. And we'll cut this like a tag. I'll back it later and stitch around it and add, you know, some kind of fabric or something. Turned out better than I thought it was going to. I wasn't sure for a minute there. Do you ever do that? You start making something and you're like, what am I even doing? I am glad I chose to make her the tag, though. That was probably a better choice. I may end up putting something up on here. It may depend on where this journal ends up, or this ephemera piece ends up, what journal it ends up in. What I'm trying to say. Could round the corners. Oh my word. This really wants to close right there. Yeah, I think I will. I think I'll just do the top ones. Then we don't have to worry about having to re-glue anything down here. Okay, there it is, wrapping paper. That one was a little bit more. Wow. What did I do with my red one? I buried it under all the scraps and bits. So there is red, and here is wrapping paper. And I'll bring it up closer. I have been asked to do this, and I try to remember, but sometimes I forget. So that is wrapping paper. And red I brought up already, but I'll bring it up again. Okay, so I hope you guys enjoyed that. I hope you make something fun for yourself. And then also, again, don't forget to add your little whatever you want to put as a prompt. And what I'll do is I will just put all the prompts in a bag, just like I do always. Even if there's more than 50, I'll still put them all in, and it'll just be luck of the draw. So if yours doesn't get chosen, it's not because I didn't want to choose it. It's just, it's in a bag full of other ones, and I don't know what I'm choosing. And if I have duplicates, I'm not going to put the same prompt in twice either, which will also be a possibility. I might not even get to 50, so but I can add other prompts. So anyways, just don't forget to put your choice into this video. This is the only video that I'm going to pick the prompts from. Okay, so I will chat with you again soon. Have a fantastic day. Love ya. Bye.